Welcome to Time by the Tent. Heading up to the land. It's been about a month since I've been up there. The trail camera, the security camera that overlooks the camp, I gotta figure out what's going on with that. Hasn't sent an image for about 2 weeks. So I do have, courtesy of Tacticam, the lithium rechargeable insert battery. We're working with them on weekly, they're the sponsor of my weekly Northwoods hunting tips of the week. That comes out on Wednesday and Friday at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time throughout 2025. So I got a solar panel up there. Going to figure out why none of this is working. I had our neighbor Dan from Northwoods Dream over there a week or so ago. He couldn't, he looked at it and said it was all dead, so we'll figure that out. I'm going to throw the drone up. I've got some measurements I want to take for between the ATV trail, the state-owned ATV trail. I want to measure because I'm going to make a staircase out of logs, walking, kind of I seen it on a hunting show, kind of how they came out of a tree stand once, or a box stand. So I'll explain more to that. Get some of that measurement. Take a walk in the woods a little bit, see if I can find any antlers. We are in the middle of January, so not necessarily have they dropped, but some may have. I know certain parts of the country they're already dropping. And during muzzleloader camp, or muzzleloader season in Wisconsin, Northwood's neighbor, Carl's off-grid, he was hunting and had a buck that the antler fell off of whenever it was walking in front of him. So we shall see if we find any of those. So we'll get up there and see if the tarp's still in place and if everything's still the way it was when I left, and figure out what's going on with the trail camera. It appears, now I do have a lithium battery that I talked about for the security camera. And I forgot I had double A's in that camera from last February. But anyway, solar panel, it appears just not getting the sun that it needs. It is charging. You can see the green dot. You hit that button there and you get one red light. So the lithium is supposed to help with the length of life on that, and then the solar panel obviously has done a good job for what we needed it to, for as long as we needed it. So I'm going to go down and get the Jackery. I'm going to go in the tent. I do have the capabilities of charging that like you would a phone, and while I do other things around here for about an hour or so, I'll let that charge up. So that will be the next step here. Really nice day. Very little snow up here, just a dusting. They were forecasting 1 inch tonight and 3 inches tomorrow, and that has all been pulled out of the forecast. And now it's just like a ½ inch tonight or a ½ inch tomorrow, and that's it. Tarp is holding up quite nice from tarps.com, keeping the snow off the tent. I'll see if there's any modifications I need to make on that. But that's doing what it's supposed to do, is take the weight off that tent. I do see one little spot there I see the post has giveaway, so I'll work on that. Got the Jackery here plugged in, charging. Brought that up because I didn't know what kind of situation we may have. I did bring up the external battery in the ammo box like we used to use, and another camera in case this one was malfunctioning. I brought up pretty much anything and everything I thought I'd need. So it simply looks like when Dan from Northwoods Dreams, neighbor over there, came over and looked at it, everything was just completely dead, and then there was not enough power in order to fire up everything. So some of the trials and that I did over the summer for this particular situation didn't react in this situation the way it did in the summer. So with a lithium battery, courtesy of Tacticam, and that solar panel, which is the primary and the lithium is the secondary, when the external runs dry, then this will kick in and utilize the power off that, and fully charged there, 3 lights coming on there. So I will take you in the tent. Now if you're new to this, this is a two Ozark Trail wall tents, 10 by 12 and a 10 by 20 that we have combined, and then this tarp over here is doing what it's supposed to do, which is we've got a cable with a 3/16 cable with a hose running at an angle back to that tree there to shed the snow off when there is a snow load, because these tents will only handle about 3.5 inches of medium moistured snow before they really start not being happy. And I've got posts and stuff in there to kind of hold it up. Now inside, let me get my flashlight. This spring, I'm going to put a door. I'm going to take 2 trees and make a door, and I've got an old door in the attic. It's just a wooden door because this zipper is just about used up. So we'll have a door on our tent until we bring a hard structure in. That's why I'm not opening the tent up as wide as I would like. So all through the center here, we have posts all the way down that I have cut over the summer months for this particular application, and then between each rafter is another smaller post in order to, whatever weight may come off that tarp and press down, there's enough weight or enough support in here to keep it off the frame. And then right here I've got a frame on both sides of this door. This was the window of the back tent, and this is the opening of the front tent. So that's what the inside looks like, and it is just as cold in here. It's colder in here. Well, it's 20 degrees in here. So that's what the inside of the tent looks like if you're not familiar. And then when the summer comes, the tarp comes down and all these posts get removed, or when the snow is over for the winter and we start coming up here regularly, all of this stuff gets stored outside. So there be camp. There's a trail that goes about a quarter mile up to the edge of the property, and then it goes across this state-owned ATV trail. There are deer prints all through here. Well, I don't say a lot, but enough. Which we've had deer. Oh, we've had deer walk. We know deer walk close to the trail, or right close to the camp. And then this camp is kind of like on a plateau, and around the edge of that hillside, I've had them run through there during turkey camp. And I've sat down where that trail camera is. I've sat 20 yards down on the side of the hill, and I've had a deer come in behind me during turkey camp, or turkey hunt. So over there is a trail that goes up, and over here is a trail that goes down. That's the ATV trail. That's state-owned. It just splits the property. So what I'm wanting to do is kind of, well, I'm going to want to get over there and look for antlers. But I want to make a staircase here. Basically take one log, like 16 inches apart, one over here, and one down the center, and then every foot have a rung that goes across, and then on one side have a railing, and I would take a fence post digger or post hole digger and dig like 3 holes and put trees along that base that's on the ground, and then have a rail where I can walk down and walk up. Should be able to find trees that are of length to do this. It's going to be a little bit of a challenge, but just to get because this is just very dangerous. During muzzleloader camp and late deer camp, it was very difficult to get down and get up. We had a lot more snow and ice at that point. So I'm going to do some measurements just so I know what is what and what I can expect and plan, so I can go over there and start dropping the trees in which I need when we start coming up here and it's warmer, and less planning and more manufacturing. A lot of trees on this side that I can use for the stairs on that side. I need 3 21-foot trees. There's one there. Now all these are pine, jack pine, which in 6 years will all be clear cut. So I'm not damaging anything. These are going to have to be moved out because of the forestry program that we are in. So I'm going to measure this here and figure out, when I do it, I guess I could do it at an angle. I don't know why I couldn't. But I'll figure out, or I could just go straight down here, which may be a better deal. But I got to figure out how much I need anyway, and then I'll get back over to the other side of camp. Didn't find any deer antlers. Not saying that there's not any out here, but I may find some more when I come back up, or during turkey camp. sit here for a few minutes. I'm at solar panels. Oh, it's getting close to 75% full, even though we got a little sun. I'll wait until it gets fully charged, put a lithium battery in there, hook everything up, and then head out. It's about 25 degrees, no wind. I think the snow is falling off the trees more than anything. So it wasn't a completely wasted trip. Was able to come up and do some measurements on that stairwell. Insert this new lithium battery. Do a once over on the land. Get some drone shots, you know. So I will enjoy a little bit of time here and then head on out. That pretty much wraps it up. Appreciate you tuning in. If you like this kind of thing, we come up and we camp weekly up here, about March through, well, deer camp November, muzzleloader camp December. So, Northwoods of Wisconsin. Let me know where you camp at. What state do you camp in? Put that in the comments below. Let me know you made it this far. And until next time, I'll see you then.